in this video, I'd like to talk about how to set your business up as a sole trader. Now, when you set your business up as a sole trader, you're not opening a limited company, you're trading as yourself. You can decide to use your name or form a name, but that name is not going to be registered anywhere properly, formally. It's just going to be your name. What you need to do first is you need to register with the HMRC. You don't have to literally do it immediately. You can, as long as you inform them 6 months after the tax year of the year you started, you're good to go. I usually advise open a business account or have a separate account to use because it helps you to have clarity of things. Now, from now on, you're now a self-employed person. You'd have to submit self-assessment return every year. Now, what everybody says, you have to submit it by the 31st of January next year. No, you don't have to. As soon as the tax year finishes, April 5th, you're allowed to submit your returns. But the deadline for submitting is 31st of January. Now, you need to pay a different type of tax. If that's just your income, any amount that goes over your personal allowance for this year, your trading profit is your income minus your expenses. Any amount that goes over, you pay tax at either 20%, 40% or 45%. Now, that would be due for payment January 31st. However, if the amount you've collected is more than 1,000, you'd actually have to pay on account by July. So what that means is HMRC will assume that next year, tax year, you're going to be earning that same amount. So you'll be expected to pay some of that money within the tax year you're running the business. Now, if peradventure you're not expecting that you'd earn that much, you can call them and say, okay, I know I've earned this last year, I'm not going to earn that much, and adjust it. However, if you're incorrect, you'll be charged some interest later on. You'd have to pay two different types of national insurance. Class 2 national insurance and Class 4 national insurance. Class 2 national insurance, if any of your profits goes over £6,365 in a tax year, 1920. Now, that will be at the rate of £3 per week, and that is going to be calculated. You pay that when it's time for you to submit your returns. Now, you pay Class 4 national insurance for any amount you've earned over a threshold, and that will be 9% of that profit at that point in time. But all this will be assessed when you're submitting your returns. Now, what happens if you don't tell HMRC about it? In future, if somehow they discover that you're supposed to have been submitting returns and you haven't, then you'll be given penalties for not informing HMRC. You'll be given penalty for not submitting returns, and this is going to be based on the amount of tax you should have paid at the time that you should have paid it. What I would advise is, let's say you start this business and you change your mind along the way. As soon as you change your mind, you need to inform HMRC. Don't just assume that it's just going to go away, because whether that business happened or not, they're actually expecting a return until you inform them otherwise. Because when you don't do that, when you don't submit your returns, your penalty could go up to 1,500 in a tax year. I've seen it happen all the times. So while you're trying to get into a new adventure, you need to be very careful you're doing the right thing.